Hi, my name is Rachel Ward, and this is my graduate research presentation for Advanced Performance Management at Amberton University. The purpose of this project is to design an effective performance management system for Pierce Lyons Distillery in Dublin, Ireland. The following topics will be covered during this presentation: history of performance management in Ireland, a background of Pierce Lyons Distillery, the hypothesis and methodology used during this project, a literary review with limitations, an outline of the performance management system that was designed for Pierce Lyons Distillery, and references used on this project. Performance management in Ireland has some key differences from that in the United States. One of the main differences is that Ireland uses an employee contract. An employee contract is a written agreement signed by both parties, the employer and the employee, that aims to supply employees with terms and conditions of employment. Irish law states that this must be done within 2 months of employment. Another key difference between performance management in Ireland and the United States is that employees are entitled to a minimum notice of termination, dependent on their length of service. The main difference between Ireland and the United States is that employees in the United States have employment at will. Another key difference is that in Ireland, paid time off and holiday pay may be mandated by the law. Paid time off and holiday pay in the United States are often considered part of the remuneration package. Another difference is, though there are trade unions in Ireland, businesses are not legally required to engage with them. That's different in the United States, where they do have legal obligations due to the National Labor Relations Act. Timeline of the performance management system in Ireland. The performance appraisal system was introduced in Ireland to accommodate expatriates with the influx of multinational companies, many from the United States, beginning in the 1970s. The performance appraisal was a forerunner for the performance management systems that began to be implemented in the 1980s and 1990s. The performance appraisal has historically been used in Ireland's private business sector, but has recently been expanded into the public sector. The main influence on the performance appraisal system was multinational companies coming in and Ireland beginning to adopt that process. Background of Pierce Lyons Distillery. The distillery was founded in 2017 by Dr. Pierce Lyons, who also was the founder of the Alltech Company, which is an animal feed company in the United States, and Lexington Brewing and Distillery Company, which is also a company based in the United States. Dr. Pierce was from Ireland, but was a very successful businessman in the United States, but came back to Ireland in 2017 to start this brewery. The Pierce Lyons Distillery is a relatively small company with under 50 employees. It is under the umbrella of the bigger Alltech company, but it runs kind of on its own. It's its own entity. Pierce Lyons Brewery is housed in the historic St. James Church in Dublin, Ireland, which was restored and turned into a distillery. So not only is it a distillery, but it's also kind of like a museum because it's in a historic building. So the hourly employees that work there include distillery workers, gift shop staff, and tour guides. Dr. Pierce Lyons, who is the founder of this company, passed away a few years ago, but his children took over the company. So it's definitely a family-run business. While designing the performance management system for Pierce Lyons Distillery, The hypothesis statement for my project guided me in the development. My hypothesis statement for this project is, when effective coaching and communication techniques are incorporated into the performance appraisal and management process, employees feel empowered to share innovative and creative ideas that can improve their workplace. The methodology used in this project were qualitative analysis based on literary reviews from several peer-reviewed sources. The first peer-reviewed article I used for my research on this presentation is entitled Perceptions of Performance Appraisal Quality and Employee Innovative Behavior. Do psychological empowerment and perceptions of human resource management system strength matter? The objective of this study was to examine correlations between an employee's perception of performance appraisal and HRM quality, and how that increases their willingness to convey creative, innovative workplace behavior, as well as feel psychologically empowered at work. The methodology used in this study were literature reviews and a questionnaire that was administered to a sample population of 123 employees at a university. It used a 5-point rating system that asked questions about their perception of performance appraisal and the HRM system. Some of the findings in this study were that employees' reactions to performance appraisals are important because fairness and quality of the appraisal led to desired attitudes and behaviors at work. The quality of the appraisal was dependent on the feedback received by supervisors, as well as the delivery method of the appraisal itself. Two important factors that were found were that clear feedback followed by open discussion was very important to employees. The performance appraisal is important in the overall HRM because it empowers employees to be innovative in groups, organizations, and have an active orientation towards their work. It's a crucial role in the overall human resources management because it affects the employee so much. Further findings in this study found that human resource management programs would benefit from supporting the employee in training, continuous learning, changes in technology, and encourage employees to bring their innovative ideas to their supervisors. Another main finding that was very important in this study is that employees wanted to see their human resource management system as something that supported them instead of monitoring them to make sure they did everything right. They really wanted to feel that support, and that is when they made the connection between innovative behavior when they felt supported. The limitations of this study were that it focused on a single aspect of the performance appraisal itself, the satisfaction with the quality. If they were able to branch out on more detail on the performance management and performance appraisal design, then there would be more information that we could have gained from this study. Another limitation was that the sample group was from one university in Pakistan. Future research would benefit to increase the generalizability. A second peer-reviewed article I used for my research is entitled The Relationship Among Performance Appraisal Satisfaction, Career Development, and Creative Behavior. The objective of this study aimed to show that when employees are satisfied with their performance appraisal, they're more likely to express creative workplace behavior and feel empowered to explore career development. The methodology was literature reviews, data collection using the snowball approach, and a survey administered to 128 participants from various countries with a 6-item scale to measure questions. Some of the findings in this study were that the performance appraisal has the ability to affect not only job satisfaction, but creative behavior at work. The performance appraisal was shown to directly be related to career development and success, and they showed a progression that led to creative, innovative behavior. First, if the employee is satisfied with the performance appraisal and get good feedback from their supervisors, they're more inclined to improve their performance. This improved performance empowers them towards career development. The career development makes them more likely to have a positive attitude at work and show creative, innovative behavior. Some of the recommendations from the study were that to ensure the satisfaction with the performance appraisal, that it should be considered fair and thorough, and concentrate more on achievements and contributions to really celebrate the employee's success. Some of the limitations of this study were there was relatively small sample sizes at each location, and they did use convenient samplings in countries that were close to the researchers. So what is innovative workplace behavior, and why does it matter? Innovation is an employee's ability to reach a solution to complex situations or problems within the organization. This gives companies a competitive edge, encourages team-oriented collaborations, development of new products and services, and promotes new knowledge, new technology, and new business models. Clearly, companies benefit when employees express innovative behavior. Based on Hofstede's scale, here are some of the unique cultural considerations that I use to advise me in making my performance management system. Power distance, Ireland is low. They scored a 28, which shows that Ireland has a low tolerance for social inequality and differences between levels in organizations. In individualism, Ireland scored high, a 70. That shows that they're oriented towards individualism. On the masculine-feminine scale, they scored a 68, which shows high on the masculine side, which shows that they're achievement-focused and slightly competitive. Uncertainty avoidance, a 35, shows a tolerance for ambiguity and that they're open to new ideas. Long-term orientation, 24, shows they're focused on long-term and have a respect for tradition. Indulgence, 65, shows an appreciation for free expression and satisfying desires. The performance management system that I designed is a cyclical one. So the performance appraisal is actually done twice a year. And instead of trying to put too much into the performance appraisal, there are separate meetings with supervisors or managers regarding career development and training and coaching. And those will also be done twice per year. So every 2 months, the employee will be having a meaningful conversation with the manager or supervisor. As part of the overall human resource management system, there will be frequent check-ins with employees. This is an opportunity for the supervisor to ask the employee how they're doing and what support they may need from the supervisor. These will be informal, short meetings. They will be bi-weekly meetings, and they can be over Zoom, chat, or conference call. They don't have to be in person. They're just meant to be a connection between the employee and the supervisor. They'll be bi-weekly. The other weeks in the month, they will be coworker meetings. They'll be team meetings. The supervisor may or may not be part of those meetings, but the employee is going to be either meeting with team members or the supervisors weekly to just check in. I want to incorporate also in this, in my research, it stated that employees want positive feedback. They need positive feedback. And that increases the innovative behavior and improves the workplace. So part of it will be that supervisors throughout the week will look for accomplishments of employees, and they can share those accomplishments in the individual meetings, or if they're part of the team meetings, they can share group accomplishments to encourage the team. The performance appraisal will be given twice per year, every 6 months, and compensation will not be tied to the performance appraisal. Because Ireland works on an employee contract, the wage is set in the employee contract, and the wage will need to be renegotiated in the employee contract. The performance appraisal can be given by any supervisor or manager. Because Ireland has a low power distance in their culture, it doesn't really matter which manager gives the appraisal. The meetings will be face-to-face. There won't be a formal rating system. However, because it is a distillery and production numbers and sales numbers do matter, that will be discussed, but it won't be a formal rating system on competencies. The competencies that will be discussed are teamwork, reliability, communication, attendance, productivity, and customer service. The 360 feedback system will focus on the success and achievements of the employees, as well as areas they can improve. Another aspect of the performance appraisal that I want to incorporate is that employees have a chance to give feedback on the appraisal process. In my research, it was shown that the employee relationship between the performance appraisal process is very important, and that employees are more likely to show creative and innovative behavior at work if they have a good relationship with that performance appraisal. And I think if they actually get a say in the performance appraisal, that they will have a positive relationship with that system. The performance appraisal will be based on a 360 feedback system where the customers, peers, supervisors, and self-appraisal will all be taken into consideration. The feedback will be based on specific duties in each employee's job description. It will focus on the success and achievements, as well as goal setting, where the employee can focus on growth opportunities. And these growth opportunities may be revisited every 6 months during the performance appraisal and also during the biweekly check-ins with the supervisor. The goals will be SMART goals, so they will be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. As well as meeting with the supervisor every 6 months for a performance appraisal, the employee will also have an opportunity to meet twice a year regarding career development. The purpose of this meeting will be to discuss possible opportunities within the company, to discuss promotion within the company, possible educational opportunities, the employee's specific career goals. These type of meetings can reduce turnover rates and really build trust between the employee and the supervisor. Based on my research, when employees have specific career goals, it's part of the process of feeling empowered at work. I definitely want to implement this in the overall performance management system. The employee will also have an opportunity to meet with the supervisor twice a year regarding training and coaching. This will also be a face-to-face meeting with the supervisor, and the employee will get to discuss mentorship within the company, cross-training. They may participate in team building activities. The point of this meeting is to motivate and improve. This is a chance to get to discuss where the employee is versus where they need to be or want to be in the company. Based on my research, one of the most important aspects in the overall human resource management system is that employees felt that they were being trained, had continuous learning opportunities, and that the company was supporting technological advances and really encouraged the employees to bring their ideas to management. So all of these training opportunities, whether it be the training and coaching, the performance appraisal, or the career development, is an opportunity for the employees to not only listen to the supervisor's feedback, but also bring their ideas to the supervisor, which is an innovative cycle within the company. That concludes my research presentation. There were many articles that I used for my research project, and here are my references.